Living is sacred. Each day is precious. And so waking up in the morning is more than something, it's the beginning of everything. So I follow a special process I would like to share with you. It is that not only do I wake up and consciously choose to breathe some pranayama into my life, a way to find a kind of balance, a remembering to open and expand. I do what's called alternate nostril breathing, where you block one nostril, exhale out, inhale in fully, and then block that nostril, exhale out. Pausing at the bottom, allowing some of that space, silence, all of the background, the mystery of life to become part of your day my day at the very beginning. That also frequently clears up what has happened overnight, where one nostril is blocked, and somehow that, to me, produces an imbalance in the body and an ineffectiveness at the most important activity of the day, and that is deep breathing. I have a whole process around the way breathing can be of great service, maximize the amount of energy. In yoga, they call it prana in the body during the day, and also a kind of way of interrupting the thought feeling loop that frequently makes me go back to sleep during the day, where I find myself in a trip of thinking, feeling causing more thinking causing more feeling, and then I get totally distracted. I'm off into the future, worry, fear, anticipation, or in the past, some experience, trauma, something that didn't go well. Even things that did go well, but I want them again in this moment rather than being able to be with this moment. So that's the first time I wake up. Then I start to walk, I'm going to take care of the morning stuff, and then head toward the kitchen. I want that brown liquid that's a brain chemical. And I have to stop myself and wake up again, that the body is the only source of ego-less wisdom. And for me to not honor it by taking care of it first, I like to think that there's a sort of unconditional loving possibility between me and my body. It is my companion for a lifetime. It blesses in such incredible ways. And if I look at the way, a definition of unconditional love, there is the ability to be present with unconditional attention. So I want to roll on the floor, stretch it, feel it, identify the places in the body where it's calling for me. I feel that pain spots in my body, soreness in the body, are just the body saying, relax me here, let go here. You've created a kind of contraction, tension, fear, doubt, worry. Let go. I use a release breath and let the parts dismantle and allow the things to happen and free me. As I roll side to side on the floor, stretch, do some old yoga poses, a lot of the things that have in the past been of great value. When I find a place, and all that tension that might be in the neck and shoulders, I work out a lot and do care about giving my body that attention. And then acceptance. I don't judge the feelings that are happening. I don't create some story about I have a problem and illness and set myself and my body off into some dissociation. I don't want that. It's not the right way. No, I am able to accept it, whatever is coming, and see it now from a sort of stoic point of view that this is an opportunity, a way in which my body is asking me to be more unconditionally loving of it. And then there's appreciation. What an incredible thing right? What a cool thing to have as a being, to be here on the planet and have this, feel it, smell, taste, all this sensation, all of the somatics and possibilities, the miracle of the body. Hmm. I got excited just feeling and talking about it. And then finally, affection. So a lot of the practice is in the morning, I give my body some affection. I'm going to go through the human experience, which is full of entropy and confusion and all the duality of happy, sad, good, bad, all the confusion. We're in the midst of a culture that is, I judge, in the midst of an anxiety pandemic. And there are going to be so many people and so many cultural forces and so many things through this computer that are going to be affecting me in ways that are not at peace, relaxed, connected. And I'm going to feel those alienations. And to do this with a body that's ready, has been given its proper affection, is a wise way to approach the process. Then I need to have a focus, a way to remember who I really am. Because all of those forces are giving me information that I am, all even the good stuff. Oh, you're so that, you're wonderful, you this, you, and all of my desires and fears are wrapped up in this self-identity, which if I hold on to it and come from the egoic Janness, my name is Jan Hutchins, Janness, it creates a kind of identification with this ego, this small me. And there's a vast version of my identity that saves, protects, encourages, teaches. And there's a quote I use every day that I think of is of service and might help you if I give you a way to take a look at it with me. And it's the opportunity is it's called the Awakened One's Vow. And I'm going to share my screen for just a second and get you to see it. I'm going to share and I'm going to pop it up here. It says, Awakened One's Vow, announcing to everyone, when I, a being of no particular rank, so it immediately diminishes this ego identification that I am important and special somehow, and says, a being of no particular rank, when that being looks through awakened eyes at the real form of this universe, awakened eyes, not this asleep place where I am caught in my ego identification as Jan Hutchins and all of the smallness and insignificance of that, but look from awakened eyes at the real form of this universe. All that appears is the never-ending, never failing manifestation of the mysterious unfolding of truth. I would substitute the word reality there. What is? I would go out frequently on mornings and just open my arms to the world, as naked as I'm allowed in that setting, and just bring it. Here I am, life, bring it, come on, here I am. And this mysterious unfolding of truth I welcome, like Rumi's guest house. Just whatever comes this day is welcome here. And it goes on, in any event, in any moment, and in any place, nothing can be other. Nothing can be other than the marvelous revelation of the interplay of this glorious light. The sun provides light, it provides the food. We are in many ways light. Everything we eat, everything we are is in response to the light. So it's an interplay of glorious light that makes up the reality of our world. And this realization, coming from that perspective, awakening, has been the transformational moment causing all of the masters and mentors, patriarchs and matriarchs, all of those on whose shoulders we stand, to experience true freedom and joy beyond comprehension. Isn't that what we really want? True freedom and joy beyond comprehension, more than we can even imagine. And then from that state, to extend tender care with a worshiping heart to all beings, beasts and birds, trees and flowers, even rocks and waters. Not from some small egoic, I'm scared, I have to try to control the world, I have to defend against it, I have to go attack it, get what I need, all those ways in which I'm small, but from this place of experiencing true freedom and joy, where I can extend, I have identified with this vastness that allows me to extend a worshiping heart to everything. And this realization teaches us, it reveals to us that our daily food and drink, clothes, and all the protections of life are the very warm flesh and blood, the merciful incarnation of this ever-present living divine mystery. From a shamanic point of view, the shaman being that person in the culture, in the tribe, who identifies with connection in the world rather than the disconnection, who sees everything as alive rather than some things are alive and most other things are dead. This place, this realization, identifies everything that goes on as warm flesh and blood and an incarnation of this ever-present, living, divine mystery. Who then, Torre, who wrote this, can be ungrateful or disrespectful, he asks. Who can do that? Who can be ungrateful and disrespectful once you realize this? Even to senseless things, as well as to human beings. Even though some may appear to be fools, I would add in there, everyone is doing the best they can. That is so hard when someone's hurting you to remember and admit. But if I think of my own incarnation and how hard I am trying, how much my intentions are good, and yet how often I fail to behave in ways that are to my standards, I realize everybody, and I, even when I appear as a fool, deserve my gratitude and respect. Or the so-called enemies. No matter how much I identify and push away someone, I am called to remember to be expansive, stay open, stay big, stay in this vast realization and awareness, warm and compassionate toward them. If by chance they should turn against us, abuse and persecute us, we will remember our fearless heart, the parent who goes back into the fire to save their child or friend. Our path of wisdom, all we have learned about perspective and empathy and ability to see myself and the other, compassion, giving people the compassionate, open heart that I would have them give me. Nonviolence, eschewing that urge to strike, defend, protect, attack, and instead staying at peace, since everything is just the interplay of this glorious light. And then all the skillful means I have learned to stand tall, breathe deeply, see clearly, open, wake up again and again. Before we react, we will consider deeply our personal and collective karma that birthed these conditions and circumstances. Things from generations back that have wounded women in our world, all the horrible things that have happened to women. So if a woman in your presence, in my presence, becomes agitated, upset, her, as Tolle would call it, pain body, strikes out looking to be fed at my expense, needing my compassion, I can give her not the anger that would come from not recognizing that this is a karmic experience, but instead I can give her this vast awakeness and see everything that's happening before me as part of this light, this magnificence interplay of light. That's how to get, with each moment's arising flash of the normal feelings, thoughts, and breath, my panting, scared, fast breathing, my thoughts that say defend, attack, my feelings that are of fear, abandonment, desire, all these feelings, thoughts, and that limited breath. In the same time that's happening, we can then simultaneously recognize within ourselves a field of pure, expansive awareness, wisdom, compassion, and skillful means. All of our bodies and minds, now he's gone collective, will now reveal a true awakened oneness. If I'm in this vast awakeness, I see you and me as just parts of the same whole. You're not over there. No one can ever demonize you to me. No matter what you do, I recognize there, but for the grace of the universe go I. And in your shoes, I would likely have made the same choice. As horrible as it might seem from the outside. One of the experiences I have had that's a big blessing is to have gone into maximum security prisons and sat in men's circles with men who were murderers, who had, as young men usually, committed some murder and had now 20 years sat in their cell and gone through the horror of being in our prison system. And I see that man is me. It is so clear to me that in his circumstances, the way he was raised and what had happened and the circumstance he had found himself in, I very likely would have done the very same thing and be the one there in prison. So I can no longer think of myself as separate from these people, anybody who does anything really. Then I become compassionately aware and ready. We all do, fearless and wise. We act skillfully and appropriately. And then all of our combined actions will create a new world, a world of love and caring, defended and ordered. And boy, do we need just that, a world of love and caring that is defended and ordered. And then we end with a real request. May we awaken, wake up again and again and again. And this is the process. We wake up again. We fall asleep, we wake up. Like walking, we start out, stumble and fall, and then one day we walk. And in this case, we awaken until we stay awake for some periods of time and recognize this mind throughout the whole universe so that we and all beings together may experience maturity in awakened mind wisdom. What a beautiful opportunity. What a beautiful thought. What a beautiful situation. Let me get back and come back and unshare my screen. If you want to have some support as you prepare yourself on a given day, reach out. You can get in touch with me through the links here, or reach out to janhutchins.com or Jan D. Hutchins, jan.dhutchins at Gmail. And I'll be happy to help you craft an individual, personalized way of starting your day that helps you awaken again and again